So you practiced on CK of course. Calculate key figure, new formula? No. No. Yempa? Okay, boss. Now next, let's get on to structures first. Structures are basically a reusable components where you can build lot of nodes with formula or what, with new selections. So you can just build a structure like this and then right click and you can build a new selection nodes or you can build new formula nodes or like this. And maximum we can have 2 structures in a report. Like this you can go about building your own custom nodes by using structures like this. Okay. The point is, and once you create a structure, you right click on this and say what? Save as. And all the structures what you save becomes global. And if you're not saving the structure, it is local. And I already have a structure which I already saved it, right? This was a structure. So that's why, since it is saved as global, I will get to see all the structures here and I can reuse them. Okay, boss? And I got another structure. So that's one structure and this one structure. Like this I can have multiple structures in a report. 2 structures maximum in a report. So structure is basically a reusable component where you can build a lot of custom nodes using new selection or new formula and save that, it becomes global. If you're not saving, it is local. And now the question is, let's say now this structure is global, right? If I try to modify this, actually when you try to modify this, it should say it will affect other reports and all. Then what do you do? Because the structure is, one structure can be reused in multiple queries. If I saving this, it affects all the queries, right? Then what you do is you right click on this. There is option called, what is here? Remove reference. And when you see, now the shortcut is gone. When I say remove reference, it becomes local again. And you modify this will not affect others now. See, is it affecting this? 2001 affecting again, but the change of 2 was not affecting. When you remove reference, it removes a link between the global structure and this becomes local, and the changes to this structure will not affect other reports. Ante. Okay? And we used to build structures with 600, 700 nodes also. And generally you try with head count report, you try to build with employee type, employee category, or FI reports, you build with GL account numbers. You try to build all custom nodes like that. Okay? Okay. Okay. So I just want years this, and I've got retail sales and online sales, all this. Yeah. This also I'll say what? Remove reference and take this out without currency. Total sales, online sales, if condition is all done. Okay, I've got retail sales, online sales, and what? Total sales. I've got total sales, right? I would like to calculate sales tax. I'm supposed to calculate sales tax. Now, generally sales tax is 12.36%. So, how do we calculate it? Right click on this and say what? New formula. Good. I'll say set this as sales tax. Total amount into I'll put parenthesis. That gives me sales tax. Clear? Okay, good. Now, if I put here, will it see? If you look at this, is a sales tax column, right? So, in the entire column, does it use 12.36? Takes this sales amount, performs 12.36. Takes this for 12. Takes this. No, it takes a corresponding row net sale, total sales, and then calculates 12.36 onto it. Okay. ఏంది ఇట్లా వస్తుంది? ఇజ్ ఇట్ కరెక్ట్? మన ఏం రాసిన ఫోటోస్ అంతేనా? అంతేలేదు, మన అమౌంట్ వెళ్ళి 12.36 వాల్యూ. ఓకే, దట్ ఇస్ నాట్ పర్సంటేజ్. Yeah, because that's a 12.36% value of it. Yeah, correct. That's the sales tax amount. Okay, but నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏమంటే the sales tax amount, percentage of sales tax is changing over a year. In 2003, I was supposed to calculate 11.36, and in 2004 it is 12.36. Again 2005 again it is 11.36. Again it is 10.36. Like for each row, I wanted to have a different sales percentage to be considered. Ante, is it like in each cell I want a different calculation here? In this cell it is 11.36, in this cell it is 12.36, in this 10.9.8.7 like this. In each row I want a different calculation. But if you go with calculate key figure or formula, does it perform the same calculation on the entire column? A column anta ade calculation తీసుకుంటుంది కదా, నాకు అట్లా కాదు. I want my calculation to differ in each cell. Got the requirement? So then we go with something called cell definitions on a topic. Look at this. This is the button. What is it? Is that enabled? Yes. And that will get enabled only when we are using two structures in a report. Only when we have two structures in a report, my cell definition is enabled. Otherwise, no. And by using cell definition, you can determine or define calculation or restriction at each cell level. Okay, how do I do this? First what I'll do, I'll go to sales tax. If I leave this 12.36, what happens? In every cell it calculates, to let it calculate. Wherever it is not 12.36, I'll override that calculation. Okay? Okay, na boss? గుర్తుపెట్టుకు ఈ వాల్యూ ఏదన్నా 2008 మార్చిన. వాట్ ఇస్ దిస్ వాల్యూ? 36,77,000 is fine. Okay, అది అట్లే ఉంది. Now I'll go to so this is trying to put the same calculation in the entire column, but in some of the cells I'll be overwriting that value wherever it is not correct. What to do this? Click on this. Now you have a control over each cell of the report. Ikkada. Now what I need to do is I need to refer to the value of this cell and calculate 10% on it. Now what do you do? Select this cell, right click and say what? New cell reference. Create a name for that cell. Total sales of 2003. Now use this in this cal. Right click, say what? New formula and edit this formula out. What is this formula? Total into అంతేనా? ఓకే, what is it? Only multiply ఎట్లా ఫస్ట్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. Right click, 2005 again, new cell. Here I want it to what? 8.36. Atla. So in these two cells it will be a different calculation. Rest all cells it will take the same formula what has been defined. Edi 2004 6 7 8 should come the same. 2004 10 6 is 20 and what is this? 36. Let's refresh. What is 4 20 undi? Is being changed, overwritten with what? 3, and this being changed to what? 13, but rest all is still 36, 20 and then 10. Like this we can use these cell definitions and derive calculations at each cell level also. But if you got to use cell definitions, you have to do with what? Only when we have two structures in a report. Only when there are two structures, cell definitions are enabled, where you can define calculations at each cell level. Clear? Okay. Any doubt?
ఆన్లైన్ సేల్స్ ఒక కంపెనీ ఆఫర్ ఇచ్చింది. ఆన్లైన్ సేల్స్ లో అంటే సేల్స్ ట్యాక్స్ ఉండదు అని చెప్పేసి. సో ట్యాక్స్ ఒకటి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ అయితే రిటైల్ సేల్స్ అవ్వచ్చు. అప్పుడు ఆన్లైన్ సేల్స్ కి ట్యాక్స్.
Then what I'll do, instead of calculating tax on total sales, I'll calculate tax on online sales. Online sales. Ante. అంతే. He says he doesn't want to calculate sales tax on the total. Obviously, he wants it only on the retail. So then what I'll do? I'll calculate tax percentage on what? Retail. Ante. Okay, boss, done. So this is cell definitions. Okay, everyone. So in the cell definition, it's not that only formula. I can also go with what is this? New solutions. It's like rested key figure for one cell. The rested key figure in one cell also can be manipulated. Okay, Nana, done. So this is cell definitions. Yeah. So, okay, boss, done. Ante concept ingame cell definition ante. Okay, boss. Now let's get on to. Let's save this out.